Hi, my name is Rebecca Lee, and I co-wrote this book, The Mercury Detoxification Manual, with Andy Cutler, PhD. It explains in a very clear and systematic way how to get this terrible, total metabolic poison out of your body without injuring yourself. It is very easy to injure yourself and get way worse than you already are. So be sure to check out this book before you follow any advice you might get from the internet or even from your doctor for that matter. Andy Cutler's work was such a profound gift to humanity that he deserved a Nobel Prize, which he did not get. In fact, almost nobody has ever heard of him. My last video was about the mechanisms by which mercury hurts you. Its main way of doing this is by oxidizing or burning really the walls that surround your cells, and also those that separate different cellular components inside your cells. It messes with your DNA, cripples your liver, and poisons your immune system. The combo of the hypothalamus and pituitary gland, an important part of your brain, is particularly susceptible as it sits outside of the protection of the blood-brain barrier. These organs are targets for mercury. One place I read described the hypothalamus as your body's, quote, smart control coordinating center. It is only as big as an almond, but it is responsible for keeping your body in balance. It is responsible for your body temperature, your blood pressure, your hunger and thirst and sense of fullness mechanisms, your mood, your sex drive, and how you sleep. All this is accomplished through chemical messengers called hormones. The pituitary produces or stores hormones, and the hypothalamus instructs the pituitary to send these off as needed. The hormones go to various organs in the body and instruct them what physiological functions they need to perform. The hypothalamus varies the message it sends according to signals it monitors from the internal and external environment, such as hormone levels in the blood, body temperature, feelings of hunger, blood pressure, and probably a whole lot of other things. A little knowledge is a dangerous thing. More complete information can be found in other sources, Andy tells us. Nevertheless, he goes on to say, hormones tell your body to do a whole set of things that all go together. For instance, be a man, testosterone, be energetic, thyroid, mobilize resources that can be used to fix things up, cortisol, by breaking down certain tissues. There is a chart on page 33 of Amalgam Illness that lists 10 important hormones and how they affect the human body. Cortisol, it tells us, affects mood by making us clear-headed, cheerful, and able to concentrate, whereas norepinephrine produces anxiety, fear, or aggression. The first is for rest and digest, and the second for fight and flight, is how I've heard it put. The chart I really like is on the preceding page. I will ask permission to post a picture of it when I post the transcript to this talk. It shows how the messaging process starting with the brain, down through the hypothalamus, through the pituitary, and to the various organs, the adrenals, the thyroid, the liver, the pancreas, and the gonads. It also shows the places that mercury can interfere with this whole system. For instance, it shows that stress sensed by the brain sends a message directly to the adrenal glands telling them to produce adrenaline or epinephrine. This is a straight shot, and mercury does not interfere in the process anywhere. But it shows mercury able to interfere every step of the way in the process of a stress message starting out in the brain and making its way to the adrenals to produce cortisol. The brain can make a lot of adrenaline come out, Andy tells us, but the other adrenal hormones may not be made in adequate amounts, which explains to me why toxic people often suffer so much from insomnia and anxiety. On page 11 of the Mercury Detoxification Manual, we write, a 2017 journal article about mercury poisoning states, the resulting clinical picture can be differently associated to over 250 different symptoms. A whole lot of these come from mercury's ability to poison the chemical messaging system the body uses to instruct the organs how to do their jobs. The medical and scientific literature has been packed with information about mercury poisoning for the last 150 years, if not more. Yet huge swaths of the population go on suffering from all kinds of afflictions without anybody figuring out what is wrong. Please like and share and all those good things. Wouldn't it be nice if this information were better known and understood?